Here we turn left onto Oughtibridge's one-way ring road. It's like a giant sausage-shaped roundabout, with houses as the filling. Now, I did promise you the shortest route to the Peak District from the Dearne Valley, and I'm going to keep that promise later on in this video, so stay tuned. Low Road is right next to the River Don, and here at Forge Hill we've a choice to go one of two ways. So for good measure I've recorded both, and in fact there's a third way which is a combination of the two, but best not overcomplicate things, eh? Here some people go straight on, others double back. But first I'm going straight on because this is the Pulp side of the hill. This is Langsett Road South, not to be confused with Langsett Road North, a half-mile behind us, although it's the same A6102. Oughtibridge Paper Mill was along there, one of the first UK mills to use pulp trees. Pulp shipped all the way from Finland to make tissues, or as locals say, bog rolls. Now at the far end of this road there's a huge consumer of toilet rolls, purely for decorative purposes you'll understand, and that's Sheffield Wednesday Stadium. But for the last 25 years they've been forced to throw Andrex. More on that later. On this route we start climbing hill number 2, on the edge of Middlewood, once home to the South Yorkshire Lunatic Asylum. It was called that 100 years before South Yorkshire even existed, back when this was the West Riding, so even the name was mad. Stockhearth Lane becomes Mawson Lane as we head up to the hill's peak in Worrall. And Worrall's name comes from an old Saxon word meaning the top, and not what will, as in Worrall it be. Just over the top, Long Lane, or Long Line depending on the map, takes us past Hillsborough Golf Course on the sunny south-facing side of the hill. But before we go any further, as promised, we'll now take a look at the other route over this hill. And this truly is on the shortest route to the Peak District. We're heading northwest on Langsett Road South, and at this junction it becomes Langsett Road North, but we're not going there today. We're turning left up this very steep hill, climbing out of the Don Valley. But on Langsett Road North I told you there was a paper mill and it was doing quite well, making toilet paper. You may remember Dixel toilet tissue. It was made right here at Oughtibridge, but around the year 2000 the paper mill rolled its last toilet roll, and now it's a housing estate. In episode 1 I told you the Peak District is where the hill meets the sky and that you can see this hill within 20 minutes of leaving Brampton on the way down Jawbone Hill into Oughtibridge, and this is the exact hill we're climbing right now. It isn't for the faint-hearted, but Sheffield drivers seem to cope quite well with it, except perhaps for this one. But with a little anticipation and careful manoeuvring, we get past. There aren't any of those Peak District millstones on the side of this road to tell you when you've reached the Peak District. That's a feature used on tourist routes, so you have to find out on a map, like I have here. And here it is, as we do this right turn onto Kirk Edge Road. We are officially in the Peak District, and if your eyesight is good, or we had a better photo, you'll be able to make out Jawbone Hill behind us in the distance. I guess most people think the Peak District is only in Derbyshire, but it extends into West Yorkshire, Cheshire and Staffordshire, as well as this part of South Yorkshire. We're going down Moor Road and through Holworth for a reason, and you want to keep tuned for that, because that's where we reach the fiction part of this pulp to fiction route. And now we're descending the south side of the hill by both routes at the same time and in split screen. And the reason for this is both roads, Long Lane and West Lane, are the east and west boundaries of Loxley Chase. And here's the reason Loxley Chase is special. It's one of the claimed birthplaces of Robin Hood. Not Sherwood, not Nottingham, but right here. The earliest references call him Robin of Loxley. Look at this landscape, wooded slopes, high ground, escape routes. It's perfect outlaw territory. Whether he was one man or many or just fiction that grew over time, this place keeps the legend alive. Hills like this remember things, and if you were inventing an outlaw, this is where you do it. As we roll along Loxley Road below Loxley Chase on our right, we're moving through a piece of English folklore still debating where it began. This is why Hill 2 is from pulp to fiction. As usual, please feel free to argue about Robin Hood in the comments below. Next time we'll tackle Hill 3. If you missed Hill 1, click the link on screen to catch up. And don't forget, no but hills is where the journey itself is the view.